Welcome to Graduate Spotlight, a presentation of College Success Arizona. This program features the hardworking college graduates who have earned scholarships from College Success Arizona and are now in the workforce or continuing with their education. Today on Graduate Spotlight, we interview Audree Adams Dupont.
I was born in Tucson, Arizona. I moved all over the United States. I have lived in Minnesota and Las Vegas and College Station, Texas, and I even lived in London for a while, but I probably spent the most time in Safford, Arizona.
Is Safford where you graduated?
That's where I graduated from high school, and then I graduated with my associate from the neighboring town called Thatcher.
And you got your associates at what university or college in Thatcher?
Eastern Arizona College.
And how old are you now?
I'm 22.
And I understand you recently graduated with your bachelor's degree?
Yes, I graduated with my associates from Eastern Arizona in December, and I graduated with my bachelor's from ASU in May.
And
so I was doing both schools concurrently.
A dual enrollment?
Yeah.
And your bachelor's degree is in what?
My bachelor's degree is in Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
You have a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and what does that enable you to do?
Well, I had to take my licensure test, but I'm a registered nurse at this time.
Are you working?
Yes, I've actually been working since I graduated with my associates. I started January 17th. I've been working as an emergency room nurse.
And
my bachelor's degree enables me to work at bigger hospitals that are more competitive because I work at a rural hospital at the moment, and a lot of bigger facilities, they prefer students with bachelor's degrees.
I'm sorry, you work at what kind of hospital at the moment?
A rural hospital, but like a very small hospital.
Oh, a rural hospital. Got you. Right there in Safford?
In Safford.
Where is it?
Safford, Arizona.
Got you. So what is your long-term or even short-term career goal so far as nursing?
Well, at this time, I already have my registered nurse, but I'm studying for my certified emergency nurse, which makes me more marketable to employers in the future. I plan on moving at some point, so I'm just, building my resume and doing everything I can so that I have an easier transition in the future.
And you're planning on moving where to, or do you have some idea where to?
Just to a bigger city. I've lived in this small town since I was 16, and I prefer larger cities.
So Phoenix or Tucson, maybe?
Yeah, probably Phoenix or Tucson.
And now being a nurse, you went through all of this this college and studying, all these experiences. Now you're actually doing it. Are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it so much. I think what's great about nursing is that I'm a forever student. Schooling and education didn't just end with my associates or my bachelor's. I learn every single shift. And it's just a really great opportunity to grow. It's a really good career.
And what is the best part of your day? Each day, is there one element of it that is just the best part?
I have to say just casual conversations with patients. If I'm in the middle of, doing an IV or something and I'm just talking to them, like making them laugh and kind of making their day a little better because they're, usually if you're in the hospital, you're not having the greatest day. And I think just like social connections with patients is probably the best.
And now that you're doing this, is it a physically taxing sort of occupation? Because it seems like there's a lot of drama and trauma and high energy kind of stuff going on in a hospital in that type of environment, being a nurse.
Yes, and the thing with the emergency department is we could be sitting, with no patients, just waiting, and then all of a sudden our entire ER is filled in a matter of a half an hour. So it's very, it's not like a tedious job. Like, we never know what's going to happen. So, yeah, at times I go home exhausted. But, yeah, it's worth it.
And you are a graduate of, like you said, ASU and Eastern Arizona College?
Yes.
And you're also a recipient of a scholarship from College Success Arizona, which provided, I guess, about $6,000 per year for each year you were in school for your education and books and so forth. Talk about how that money eased the financial stress that is so common for college students.
it was great, because if I wouldn't have had that scholarship, I think I may have been more tempted to, take a semester off and try to save money, and that rarely works. People end up spending the money they save, and or I would have had to pull out student loans. And at this time, I'm 22 years old. I have an associate's and a bachelor's degree and zero student debt, and it's really all because of College Success Arizona. I had other small scholarships, maybe $200 a year, $300 a day, but really their support is what got me through school.
And who was your success advisor?
Matt.
Matt Sotelo was your success advisor. Kind of talk about what Matt did so far as his role in your college life.
He was really great because he would just kind of check up on me. I've had other scholarships where they kind of just, here's $200, and then you never hear from them again. But I really like Arizona College Scholarship Foundation because they really made sure you were doing okay. And he would either come down to Thatcher and have a meeting with me, or he would call, and he would just ask, how are you doing? And not just school life. He would ask, how my personal life and family life and work life, how I am holistically, as an entire person. He wanted to make sure I was doing okay in school. And that was really nice having that extra support system.
And when you look back at college, is there a best part of the whole experience?
Graduating? No. I just probably I went on a trip with some classmates. Some of my ASU classmates, we went on a trip to Honduras for a medical mission, and it was between summer classes. That was a pretty great opportunity because I wouldn't have had the opportunity if it wasn't for my ASU instructor encouraging us to go on a medical mission, and I learned a lot in Honduras.
And for middle and high school students in Safford and Thatcher and other places that may be listening to this, do you have some advice for those who might be considering college?
My advice would just be to finish it. Do as many classes as you can and get it done with as soon as possible, because life and work and everything is just so competitive in the world, and you need to make yourself stick out. And the best thing that you can do so that you have a good life and a stable financial situation is to go to school and just get it done.
And transitioning from school to the actual hospital environment, was that difficult or easy?
Well, I actually worked at the department I work at now. I worked there throughout school. I worked as a tech, and then when I got my registered nurse, my license, I was hired as a nurse. So it was an easy transition for me, actually. And it was actually really helpful. I would suggest if any student wants a career in nursing or healthcare, that while they're in school, they're working in that field, so they see if they actually like it. Because I think I did well in school because of the experience I had outside of school.
And we hear that nursing can be a difficult course and very competitive. Did you find it such?
Oh, yeah. It was very competitive. Probably the most stressful time in my life was nursing school. It was just so many classes and tests and deadlines, and we had to travel out of town to Phoenix frequently for out-of-town clinicals, and it became very costly, and it was a very stressful time. But I think, trials and tribulations, everyone has to go through those type of things so they can become a stronger person and say they did it in the end.
And you're very young to have already graduated and be working. Do you see yourself doing the same thing in 10 years or maybe something else?
I'm considering different options. Possibly, I just want to be as knowledgeable as I possibly can. Being a 6-month nurse, I'm still very uncomfortable. There's still a lot of medications and things that I haven't done. I've seen it in a textbook, but I haven't done it in real life. So I really just want experience, but one day I'd like to be possibly a flight nurse or maybe even a teacher for nursing students. So I'd have to do more schooling for that. I haven't decided yet.
And do you have any hobbies, interests, passions outside of school?
Yes. I actually put a lot of my hobbies on hold while I was in school just because school was my life. But now that I'm out of school, playing the ukulele, I coach middle school hurdles for track and field. I love doing that. I actually did that in college. That was probably the one hobby I kept up on. And I like running, and I like staying active.
And you said playing the ukulele?
Yeah.
Thank you, Audree, for the interview and for working so hard to make a difference in our community. Since 2005, College Success Arizona has worked with nearly 1,300 students just like Audree and provided more than $16 million in scholarships and success services to help increase the college attainment rate in Arizona. If you would like to be part of the mission of providing educational opportunity to high-potential students from low-income circumstances, your tax-deductible contribution can be made through the Donate button located on the College Success Arizona homepage at collegesuccessarizona.org.